Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. I think we're getting a few more people piling in. See a couple names out there. All right. Well, good deal. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Really excited to be here representing Transit Technologies, TripShot and Passio. We're here to talk about future-ready transit, how TripShot and Passio power safer, smarter rider experiences. And we were going to hit the ground running today. Let's get rolling. Let's go to the next slide. I'm going to be your moderator, your kind of host today, along with Scott McLaren, our Vice President of Sales here at TripShot and Passio. My name is Michael Cunningham, Director of Business Development. I'll let Scott get the word in here in a minute and introduce himself. Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, just thank you everybody for being here. Looking forward to this opportunity to provide you this overview of who we are with Transit Technologies and the relationship with both Passio and TripShot.
And with Scott and myself, you've got two very well-versed veterans in our solutions, but also in the industry. So we're really looking forward to the Q&A and any questions you may have about how we see the market, how things are working out in the field. We've certainly sat in a lot of dispatch offices. We understand why safety is important to you all. So please don't hesitate to ask us questions as we go, and certainly when we get to the Q&A. Which brings us really to the agenda here today. We want to talk a little bit about Transit Technologies, who we are. Obviously, TripShot and Passio are just two of the brands and solutions within Transit Technologies. So we want to tell you a little bit more about Transit Technologies as a whole. We'd like to take a moment to talk about unifying your operations, how we bring everything together into one place, how we prioritize safety, how we elevate the rider experience, how we scale with confidence, and then some of the transit integrations that we have here available today as well. So that'll kind of take us through the future-ready transit agenda that we've prepared for you in this webinar. Again, looking forward to questions and comments, and we will have some Q&A towards the end that's dedicated time as well. So yeah, feel free to save those questions. If you drop them in the chat, we'll address them as we go, and we'll certainly revisit them for everyone that may not see that chat as it comes through. With that, Scott, I'll pass it to you to give us a little bit of an overview of Transit Technologies and where we work.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, Michael. And the big part that we're here to tell you about is really who we are as Transit Technologies. This gives you that great overview of all that we encompass with our comprehensive suite of solutions that we have. We take care of everything from public agencies, higher ed, K-12, any service operators, everything that you're seeing here. This is what we provide and what we do in Transit Tech, taking care of those fleet operators, the techs, the drivers, dispatchers, and of course, more importantly than anything else, the ones that we all work with, which is those passengers. We're having that ability to put all of this technology together to give you one area to provide that safety and that secure environment for your passengers, and to take care of you and expand your operations to continue to make them more efficient in each and every part of your daily operations, and to be able to expand with you as you expand those operations out. Just as you go through, you may start off with a fixed route and want to then add demand response or paratransit. We have that ability in which to do that. You need to start taking care of and handling some cameras and take care of that safety and security. That is us at Transit Technologies. Same way as we go forward with even driver assignment, taking care of those workloads of your drivers and making sure you have that accordingly. This is what we do and what we're able to provide for you at Transit Technologies as a whole, and what we present to you as an overall all-encompassing group. The next part we're going to speak to as well is how we unify all of this together. This is specifically within Passio and TripShot. So you're going to get that opportunity to manage your fixed routes, not only your fixed routes, but we know you're continuing to want to expand out, not stay within just that one little loop situation that you're going through. How can you take care of your passengers, your community to expand? We do this with on demand. We do this with reservations, and it's all in one system, making sure you don't have to bounce from system to system in order to take care of that. that going back to the beginning there of unifying your operations. The big component is that real-time GPS tracking, understanding where those vehicles are in real time. With being able to do that, you're getting those ETAs. Your passengers need that. They don't want to be sitting out there waiting all day long, guessing when that vehicle is going to arrive to pick them up. You're giving them that, and it's giving you also the safety and ability to know where your drivers are, where they are in relationship to the route that they're currently performing. All of this comes together for you in one big, great solution and what we provide. The next part I'll speak to is even those seamless integrations. You see each one of those items there. I'm going to have Michael speak to a little bit of the badging aspect of what we do at TripShot. But when you see those, this is that ability for you to bring in the beginning aspects of what you need, tracking those vehicles, getting them going in real time, putting in your on demand, having a reservation system, all of that in place. Now you can come in and add on voice announcements, internal LED sides, APC for automatic passenger counting and infotainment and cameras. And I'll have Michael speak a little bit to the badging component that we do, which is so great.
Absolutely. And Scott, you're hitting the nail right on the head. We want to become that kind of single mobility management platform where the one-stop shop to have visibility across your operation, across service modes, but also not just for your internal operations, but for your ridership, right? So the riders have the ability to see everything that's available to them, the galaxy of mobility services that you might provide, whether that's to the public, to your campus, etc. You have all of that available to you, really building that rider trust. And one way to extend that rider trust, Scott, is the badging, right? So in certain environments and for certain clients that may have closed networks, whether that's a university or a hospital or healthcare, a corporate campus, any of those types of campuses where it might be a closed network, we have the ability to here at TripShot to support badging as well. So we actually work with you and your security and your IT teams to actually test your badges, make sure that we can read the badge IDs as well. And when we are working with your IT groups and we do single sign-on, and so we know who the user is, we can be provided the badge database. It can be de-identified as far as like just down to the rider ID and the badge. And then we can identify who's riding, not just that one person got on. We can say, Scott, you seem to like the blue route at 9 a.m. to get to school or get to work every single day. And so now we actually have some, greater insights down to the user level if you want it, or just at a higher level, just keeping that rider trust, that kind of extension of your security beyond your building, beyond your campus, to the layer of the bus, right? Making sure the right people are getting on, they have access to ride your services as well. So there's a lot there we could talk a little bit more about, but again, rider trust is kind of the theme, and safety and security when it comes to the badging portion as well.
Great insights. Thanks so much there, Michael. And you see that last bullet point that we mentioned there, those data-driven insights. Michael did a great job of speaking to that, what that badging provides, how deep we can drill down. That's just giving you more viable information to know and understand how to effectively run your routes and what you're doing. With that type of insight, it's then passenger count. Where do I need to add another vehicle on a route because I'm full during this certain time period? Two, making specific announcements. Something's happening on a route. You need to make a detour. You can make that announcement on your vehicles at any point in time. We're unifying these operations together for you to work seamlessly together. All of this is a configurable component to work how you need to. Michael mentioned exactly that on the badging, being able to configure aspects of it to learn more about your actual passengers when you're using a badging process. These are all the great insights. And going back to what we talked about in the beginning, it is what Transit Technologies provides to you to provide you better safety, to provide you better operations, and to make sure we put this to work for you and your operations to make you more efficient in everything that you do. We're going to prioritize safety when it comes to this, and that is the big part about it. Michael will share a little bit more on our on-demand component and what that does, how strong that is, And this is a big component of what we do. That on demand allows you to go pick up that person when they need to be picked up. You're setting up a pickup time, you're setting up a drop off location. That ability to expand that out, giving them that safety to know I'm going to be picked up at this point, at this time, and taken where I'm going to need to be taken to in an efficient manner. They're not waiting, they're not out under the rain in the certain elements. You're taking that and you have expanded beyond your fixed route components. Again, that safety aspect of it, creating that safe environment for your passengers at any point in time. Michael, I'll have you speak a little bit about our on demand, what that does, and really what that entails, really prioritizing that safety component for us.
Absolutely. Well, here at TripShot, our on-demand platform, and really our approach to our technology and solutions is very much flexibility and configurability. Maybe not custom, but we're giving you all of the tools to be able to build the service and the program that you want to be able to offer to your constituents, to your riders, to your students, etc. And so the way we do that with on-demand is we have a couple of concepts that allow us to kind of create different layers of service, right? You may have a micro transit service that you want to start, and you want that to be open to the general public. You can turn that on with on-demand licensing and set up where they can go, how they can go, when they can go, all of the different rules about how a rider would actually engage with your service. And again, because of the way that we manage our rider experience with either self sign up or single sign on or general open to the general public, I would say generally with on demand, we like to see people register so you have an idea of who's requesting rides, and you don't have somebody just like if I were to hand my phone to my toddler, he'd click request ride, request ride. We don't want to have that kind of spam. But ultimately, you're giving your riders access to be able to engage with the services in the way that you want to offer them, with some of those ride class resource rules, zones, times, and different thresholds that we have available. And now you have built rider trust, because we know exactly who is riding. We know where they can ride, how they can ride. The system won't violate any of those rules, right? So we're doing that automatic dispatching, making sure that we're scheduling those trips, those rides for individuals, and they see what vehicle, what driver. You can add pictures of those drivers. And so it's very much similar to a private style TNC service that we all have come to expect in our personal lives, right? So you have that rider trust that I know I'm getting in the right vehicle. I know where that vehicle is. I can see it coming to me. And I know that nobody else that shouldn't be on this vehicle will be there, right? And so that's how we kind of extend that safety piece into the on-demand arena. And we take that even a step further for a lot of our clients that have rides maybe for commute, right? They're bringing people home, or maybe it's the last trip of the day. If people miss those rides, we have great ways and tools with integrations into Lyft, as an example, to actually be able to provide them a discounted Lyft code to make sure that they get home safely. So if that's a part of your program or something that you want to think about, we do have that integration there and the ability to actually add in the external codes. Fully discounted rides, you have all of that control in the Lyft concierge portal, but we can facilitate the distribution along with the limits to those codes that can be distributed to your riders as well. So lots of cool functionality there, all around safety and rider trust in the services that you provide.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
We talked about badging already, but really the other part, and this is again going back to that transit technology of safety component, that security camera integration that we have, that ability for you to view inside of your vehicles in real time, along with the tracking also driver behavior. So you think about the part that we provide. You want to keep your passengers safe. It's also helping to keep your drivers safe and your drivers accountable. If you're having something where a driver may be spending too much time on their phone, we have that ability to keep up with that, able to see they're doing it. They've now become distracted. There are ways with our driver scorecard capabilities inside of that solution that we can show you that, giving you that ability to create a competition among your drivers. While you create that competition and that excitement, you're also creating great safety for your passengers as well. We have a new solution that's also coming out. We'll tease it here when it comes to the wheelchair AI component. It's something you'll definitely want to talk to us about going forward as we get that ready to roll out. Providing safety to your passengers that are riding in a wheelchair, helping that strapping in and proper securing of their wheelchair. Something to reach out to us at any point in time. Just really prioritizing that safety is who we are at Transit Technologies and what we do. That next part is exactly, we keep saying it over and over again, that rider experience, that passenger experience. We are centered around putting our technology together and making sure that that experience is great for them. When we make it great for them, we are now showing that taking public transit or using those shuttles to get around to a actual campus for work or whatever the case may be is more beneficial to them than driving their car to come downtown or go wherever they need to get to. We're helping with that. We create that by an amazing rider app. The trip planning capabilities are exactly that. That ability to say, I'm starting at A, I want to get to B. It's telling them you're going to walk so far, get to this area, get the vehicle at this stop. From there, you're going to ride it around, get off at the next stop, maybe walk another 100, 200 feet. You're there. That's what our trip planning tool does, enhancing that ridership experience every step of the way. And we mentioned it earlier, those accurate ETAs and that real time GPS tracking, that is critical. We value that immensely. If that is off, your passengers do not understand when the vehicle's arriving. Therefore, what are they going to do? They're going to be upset with you and upset with the service. Our goal with that is to get you those accurate ETAs every step of the way so they know when that vehicle's arriving. We have the ability to bring in payment options. So as you look to that, maybe adding it to your overall transit capabilities, we can do that, making it easier for the rider to pay. No need to carry cash. You can do that stuff electronically by way of your wallet or whatever the case may be. Those capabilities are there and part of that entire Transit Technologies, Passio, and TripShot combination of what you're getting. And then being able to customize those rider notifications. Something happens at any point in time. You need to notify those riders. You have that ability to push out notifications to them and provide them with alerts. All of a sudden, you've had to make a detour. There's a water main break. Push it out, let them know. They have that capability. It can be done via a push notification. So they have that turned on their apps. No different than the rest of us probably have a bunch of social media apps turned on to get push notifications. Works exactly that same way. And the final part to really elevate that for you is that branded app option. If that is what you want. Now, all of this to say, with both of us on this side in Transit Tech and Passio and TripShot, we can do that. It can be customizable, made exactly the way you want, more configurable than anything to set up and show the images, show the pictures, show the colors that you want. That is available to you. We just want you to know we provide a great setup just in the forefront in the beginning, but you may need to elevate that rider experience. That's what this gives you the ability to do with that branded app. They can go and look for you specifically in the app store to download your app for transit. All great components and great features of elevating that ridership experience through making sure we get everything in place that you see here across the line.
And Scott, I gotta jump in here. There's probably we could probably spend a little bit, 10 more minutes just on the elevating the rider experience piece. But where I'd add a little bit is that at the end of the day, we want to make sure that all of the data that you are running from an operational perspective, the real world conditions that take place, vehicle breaks down, Scott shows up late to his shift and doesn't get the vehicle out of the yard on time. Things happen. We understand that. We're all in transit, right? But making sure that the actual operational conditions that you're running with that day is communicated to your ridership is super important for that rider trust. That gives them the ability to trust that when they look at the trip planner, when they look at where the vehicle is on the map, they know that they are going to get picked up. No more waiting for a ghost bus that says ETA 4 minutes and 5 minutes passes, 10 minutes passes, and there's no bus coming and you never see it. right? We want to make sure that we see all the GPS that we're pulling every 1 to 2 seconds, and we're sharing that across the driver app, the admin experience, and the rider experience, because we want the rider to be in control of the way that they engage with their services, because you don't need to answer rider questions 24/7. I understand that there's probably in your operation a customer support kind of forward-facing kind of representative that's answering phone calls and instructing people on how to find the bus or pay for a ticket, all those different things. We want to make sure that we've made it as easy as possible for those that can self-serve in that rider app experience. Again, building trust that they have all of the tools available to them. And when you make changes day of, those show up in the rider app. There's no downtime. There's no calling TripShot and Passio. It's there, right? You make a change, you can see it. Your riders have the ability to trust the information that they're being shown, right? So that I'll let you get on to the next slide, Scott. But I had to interject a little bit because we could spend a long time there.
And that is exactly it. There are so many opportunities in which to elevate that experience for your riders, and that's exactly what we want to do and exactly what you get from all of us here. That next part that we'll get to right away, and we've really talked about it in the beginning, was scaling, growing with you. So what you've seen is with everything that we have at Transit Technologies and what comes from Passio and TripShot is that ability to grow with you as you grow. We're proven municipalities, corporate campuses, universities, hospitals, airports, everything you can imagine. Those are the clients that have been using our solutions. We grow with them. It may start at the beginning with just running the little loop. We add items onto it to be able to expand as you look to expand. Do you need to have a deviated fixed route? Do you need to add on demand? Each one of those are available to you, and we have that continuous innovation to support those mobility needs. That's the big aspect. You're seeing that here and how it goes through. I'm going to let Michael speak to a little bit about what we do with our routes and how we expand on that to give you a little bit of detail again of scaling with that confidence.
And Scott, make sure I hit the points that you're thinking of here. But when it comes to growth, we have clients here that are running 1 to 2 shuttles, all the way up to clients that are running nearly 500 shuttles daily. So all in one environment in one instance. So we can support small services all the way up to the extremely large services. So scale is not an issue. It's about making sure that we have a solution that fits your needs. And so if you want to run fixed routes, that's great. And that's where you start. We actually see a lot of clients that maybe want to start with a fixed route. And then they say, you know what? I have a vehicle and a driver that's sitting during the middle portion of the day when people aren't commuting, and I want to try on demand and see if I can't pick up a few extra rides and keep that driver, that shift, that vehicle working for me. And so there's opportunity there to expand your routes. Go in, make a change, add stops, add new route services, turn on demand, like I talked about earlier. It's a check of the button, a button. Now that's an oversimplification, but it is turning it on, the check of a button. Then you set up some of the extra layers of where do you want people to be able to go? Is it a free for all? Is it stop to stop, curb to curb, curb to stop, stop to curb? All the different permutations there. But again, gives you that flexibility and the configurability to meet your needs. So if you see an area of opportunity, we want to be partners with you in that. Tell us that you want to try out the on-demand solution and add that to your licensing and kick the tires, right? Go out there and try it. See if you can start up a micro transit service. We want to be a partner in that with you and allow you to grow and engage more with your ridership, your community, and ultimately provide a safe and reliable mobility experience to your constituents. So yeah, that's what I'd add there on the adaptability. There's options for you at all times.
Great points. Appreciate that. And just as Michael talked about, all of this backed by that expertise. You've got two companies in TripShot and Passio that have done this consistently over the years. On top of that, you have Transit Technologies and everything involved. That ability to grow and to scale with you. We want to quickly go over some of our other solutions that we have, part of our OpCo brand. And this is what you're seeing here in front of you. These are four of the main ones that really pair up with us. We have some newer ones, and I'll speak quickly to those. Vestige providing that security management. That's the cameras that are on your vehicles, being able to view them in real time, that driver behavior, the wheelchair AI component that we mentioned. Faster. How are you maintaining your vehicles? Taking care of that fleet. Are you taking care of preventive maintenance? What are you doing? That is what Faster provides. Then we have both EcoLane and TripMaster. Those are our paratransit solutions. So as you continue to evolve, and we know you need that paratransit solution, taking care of those clients that need to be serviced and taken to doctor's appointments, providing them a specialized service. Is it something where you're getting it from a third party broker where you may need to take in those trips, record that they've been completed, get it back to receive proper payment? That is what you get from our two sister companies in EcoLane and TripMaster. And one that I'll also mention as well, one of our newer ones is Bike Curve and Bus Hive, where we're taking care of that driver component, scheduling that driver correctly, making sure we're taking into account those job rules that you have, scheduling them, and making sure, again, your configuration for your operations are running most efficiently as possible. That is what we are here to do. That is what all of us at Transit Technologies takes care of. And combining that with both Passio and TripShot will get you that final answer to all the solutions that you need to run your operations. This is what we call the wheel of awesomeness. This gives you a view of everybody that is a part of us at Transit Technologies. Each and every group has that focus on taking care of that security, making sure everything is safe, providing the best operations for you that are possible, continuing to help you to run efficiently and in the best configurable manner for you to handle everything you need. And as you can see, as we talked about on that previous slide, you have this opportunity to grow all within this wheel, different parts to fit the needs that you have and that you may need for your operations at any point in time. We are here for you. We really are excited and we appreciate this opportunity to provide you this webinar today. We will definitely pause now. Michael may have a few answers and questions to come up with as well. But we really want to take this time. If you have any questions, provide them to us. Let us speak to us, and then we'll continue there. Michael, did you have anything to finish with, my friend?
No, I think you really hit it nail on the head again. Maybe I'll add one small piece, which is the end of the day, trust transit technologies to actually bring keep your ridership safe and keep your operations running smoothly. Because at the end of the day, your riders are the most important part of your service, right? There's no ridership, no service. So we want to make sure we're keeping them safe, build that trust, and ultimately grow ridership. And we have solutions to help you do that.